I hope everybody's doing well today. So before we get into our lesson for Monday, can you tell me what we did last week for mathematics? Anybody? Yes, Michael? Properties of a solid shape. Excellent. Give him a hand. Can anybody tell me what are the properties of a solid shape? Or what do you think are the properties of a solid shape? Susan? The properties of a solid shape are the edges, vertices, and surface. Flat surface. Correct. Correct, Susan. Excellent. Give her a hand clap. Now, let's go ahead and get into our lesson for today. What is our topic for today? Nets of solid shapes. Okay, our topic for today is nets of solid shapes. Can anybody tell me what are nets of solid shapes? Does anybody have an idea? Have you ever heard of nets of solid shape before? No? Alright, we're going to go ahead and learn lots about it today. Now look, we have the definition for nets of solid shape. Let's go. I'll go ahead and read. Then you go ahead and read, then we'll read together. Okay? A net is a two-dimensional shape that can be folded to make a three-dimensional shape. Did everybody hear that? Excellent. Now you guys go ahead and read with me together. Okay, Michael? Don't go with the flow. Don't go too fast. Go with the flow. Okay? Excellent, Peter. Now let's do it together. A net is a two-dimensional shape that can be folded to make a three-dimensional shape. Excellent. Now let's go ahead and get into our review. But before that, let me just go ahead and tell you what is expected of you guys at the end of the day. Okay, after observing the video, our objective is for you to draw the net for a cone, a sphere, a cube, a cuboid, and a cylinder. Is that understood? Okay. Now let's go ahead and get into the video for this morning.
Let's see what happens when the cube is cut along some of its edges and laid flat. Like this. This is a net. A net is a shape that can be folded to make a solid. This net is made up of 6 equal squares. The 6 equal squares form the faces of the cube. The same solid may be formed by more than one net. This is another net of a cube. It is also made up of 6 equal squares. This net can also be folded to form a cube and is also made up of 6 equal squares. Each net that forms the same solid will have the same number of shapes. Here is a cuboid. Let's see what happens when the cuboid is cut along some of its edges and laid flat. Like this. This is a net of a cuboid. It has 6 rectangular faces. This is another net of a cuboid. It also has 6 rectangular faces. Here is a prism. Let's see what happens when the prism is cut along some of its edges and laid flat. Like this. This is a net of a prism. This is another net of a prism. This net can also be folded to form a prism and is also made up of 3 rectangles and 2 triangles. Here is a pyramid. Let's see what happens when the pyramid is cut along some of its edges and laid flat. Like this. This is a net of a pyramid. This net has 1 square face and 4 triangular faces. This is another net of a pyramid. It also has 1 square face and 4 triangular faces.
I hope everybody enjoyed that video that was just played. Now, can you guys tell me what you've learned? Come on, people. Yes, Amanda, go ahead and unmute your mic and give us an answer. Yes, you can take plane shapes and make 3-dimensional shapes. Alright. Michael, go ahead and unmute your mic as you get your hands up. You're saying that. Please speak if I can't hear you. Guys, can you hear him? Your mic is still mute, Michael. Yes, Michael. Different solid shape has different necks. Okay, excellent. Give him a hand clap. Very good. So let's go ahead and look at this. After watching the video, can you tell me what solid shape neck is this? Alright. Is this somebody that you can hug or take hold? No. What about if you did this? If you want to. Check it out now. What does it look like? And you put this down, and you put this down. What shape is this? It's a cylinder. Isn't that right? And when you let go, this is the neck of a cylinder. Let's look at another example. This. What does it look like? Just like a normal old something. But what if we did this? What does it look like now? A cube. Correct. And you let go. Open it back. This is the net of a cube. Now notice that the net of a cube has what? A square. Right? And 1, 2, 3, 4 rectangles. It has 2 squares and 4 rectangles. The squares. Right? Put it together, we have our box. Let's look at one other example before we move on. What is this? Is this a big square we're going to walk on? What does it look like? A net of what? Yes, Michael, go ahead and reach it. It's a net of a cuboid. Excellent. let's go ahead and fold this up. Does it look like a cube? Yes, yes it does. Don't mind it's giving me a little difficult time. No. Correct. Okay, now the name is going to come up on the screen for you to join the room. The other room that we normally join with separate areas. Okay? Now group B will remain here and group A can join the breakout room. Okay? Alright, so group A, pay attention. Please keep your mic mute and getting feedback from somebody. Okay. Draw the net of the cube, cuboid, cylinder, cone, and sphere in your exercise group. Okay? All you have to do is draw the net of each of these shapes. Remember, we would have looked at the video and we would have discussed it already, what the net should look like. Alright, the video is also sent to the WhatsApp group, so you guys can go ahead and do it once more. Now, you have 50 minutes to get that done. Afterwards, please let your parents take pictures of the exercise book and send it to the WhatsApp group so I can be able to mark it. Alright? When you're finished doing the work, just go ahead and log off. Now, we're at group B. Now group B, you're expected to do something very simple. Now, each student will select one solid shape and we're going to create the net of this solid shape and present. For instance, I wanted to do a solid shape of a cylinder, right? You see how I took my time and I cut out my stuff? All of my circles have the same size, my lines are straight, you're going to do exactly that. Any solid shape of your choice, you're going to create a net, and then you're going to present on how it is folded and unfolded. Do you understand? Alright, now you guys have 50 minutes to get that done. So I'll be back to check upon you. Once you're finished, please go ahead and stay. Okay? Alright, now first person going to present is Michael. Michael, please do keep in mind when you're presenting, you're going to give me the name of the solid shape that you'll be presenting on. Also, like when we're having the net of the solid shape, you're going to tell me what plane shape was used. For instance here, we have the cylinder, right? Now the net of my cylinder consists of two circles and a long rectangle. Now when it is folded, it will give me the shape of my cylinder. Do you understand, Michael? Okay, each pupil has 2 minutes to present. Alright, Mike, that was excellent work. You did a wonderful presentation. Class, you go ahead and give Michael a hand for his wonderful presentation. Now, the fact that you have used a cone, it was a bit difficult to make, but you pulled it off. I'm sure that your mommy helped you. Alright, good. Now, class, I'd like to thank everybody for presenting today on this solid shape. Everybody did a wonderful job. Okay? Now you can go ahead and send the work to the WhatsApp group also. Let your friends take a picture of it. And you can go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you back here on Monday morning. Yeah. I'll see you back here on Monday morning, correct? But before we go, I'd like to do a quick recap of what we did today. Now, can anybody tell me what are nets?